Welcome to the BEASTwriter family, where social media engagement is encouraged. I'm your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and today we are going to be breaking down in real time my game analysis as it pertains to the preseason game between your San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, before we go ahead and get started, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. Just be sure to turn on and flip on the bell notifications so you get notified when I go live or when I upload content. All right, so we got a big game today. Trey Lance is now going to get his feet wet for the second consecutive week. And if you followed me on my YouTube channel, I post my NFL content up there. I said, don't be a box score reader. You guys can see what I had to say about Trey Lance. That is in the YouTube channel. I posted that up there, and how he went 5 of 14. No, he didn't. I went ahead and debunked it in my grading system because, again, 2 of those passes were swing passes that resulted in 10 and 11 yards, respectively, to Jawan Jennings. So, again, even though those screen passes, they go down officially as a run, but they were passes. So I go ahead and debunk that. Now I also take account the drops that happened. Richie James, you need to do a better job. Not only did you drop a ball, but you also had alligator arms going across the middle. I'm not going to put that on Trey Lance. So, again, if you break it down snap by snap and grade every single snap like I do on my grading system, you would know that Trey Lance had a quarterback passer rating of over 130 out of 158.3 possible. So say what you want, but again, Trey Lance is doing just fine. Now, do I think Trey Lance is going to start week 1? No, I already debunked that from the get-go. You even had some of the people on NFL Network, like my man Steve Weish. We talked about it with guys like Jim Trotter, guys like Mike Yam, and have to ask the question because, I mean, the narrative that was being pushed was, oh, Trey Lance is starting week 1. And I was like, no, but don't take my word for it. That's why I have these guys who are well-respected, who are on TV on the show, and they can provide their insight as well. So, yeah. But that's not to say that Trey Lance wouldn't be playing week 1. Something I also said in my pre-draft analysis and post-draft analysis when the draft pick was made. And I said, you know what, he's probably going to use in a Taysom Hill type of role, goal line situational football player. You can check all that out in my YouTube receipts, in the podcast, in my videos, and we can go ahead and talk about that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to some of your comments. We have Eric Schultz says first. What's going on, Eric? How are you doing? And again, if you guys see this, I'm on Twitch TV now, so be sure to follow me and subscribe on Twitch. We're doing a lot of cool things on Twitch. We're taking our live stream over to Twitch, to be honest with you. YouTube is going to be more of our static videos. We are going to post some live streams, but Twitch is the way to go. And I have a really, really strong team on the back end handling all the legwork on that. So doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. Again, the BEASTwriter family is launching out our swag. That will be released right before the season begins, so you guys can wear that to whether you're at Levi Stadium or whatever team you root for, whether it be Soldier Field and so forth. Speaking of Soldier Field, that Chicago Bears, we're watching the NFL top 100 players, right? And they're breaking down the list, and I think it's laughable. I think it's funny. The list is hilarious to me. It's a bunch of household names. It's like, okay, and if you really break it down, well, for one, how do you leave Stephon Tuitt off the list? That's just laughable right there. How do you leave the best off-ball linebacker in the NFL off the list in Roquan Smith out of Chicago Bears? That's just laughable to me. Some of the stuff in here is just like, what? Like, how do you rank Darren Waller over George Kittle? Like, what? That does not make any sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, and then talk about Chris Jones. Chris Jones made the list, and in my grading system, as you guys know, I don't count on PFF. Chris Jones ranked over guys like, let's say, like Jeffrey Simmons, or guys like just like, wow, Stephon Tuitt, who didn't make the list. Who else is in the 3-tech defense? I mean, Cam Hayward. What? Those guys are way better than Chris Jones. Chris Jones is a one-trick pony. He's a good pass rusher. He's an elite pass rusher as a 3-tech. But remember, he's now moving and going to be kicked outside now because who did they sign? They just signed the Kansas City Chiefs, signed a 1-year prove-it deal with Jerron Reed coming from the Seattle Seahawks. So he's going to be manning the middle with Nandi, and they have Frank Clark and Chris Jones on the outside. But with that being said, come on. How are you going to say Cam Hayward is not better than Chris Jones? I mean, come on. Come on. How are you going to leave Stephon Tuitt off the list? How are you going to leave Roquan Smith off the list? And then have guys like Trey Hendrickson on the list just because of sack numbers. Don't be a box score reader. I hate that. It's annoying. It's annoying. And people that's what I call the lazy analysis. If you're a box score reader, it's called a lazy analysis. You just really don't know what to look for. You just read the box scores. A kindergartner can read the box scores. Like, that's kind of like, okay, cool story, bro. Cool story, bro. And we have a lot of cool stuff. Look at Bang Bang Niner game. We got everything going on. This is a Twitch TV. If you don't know, all this is going on Twitch TV. Fortnite's Ultimate Report says, "Sup Beast, watching you live. Always support the channel. Enjoy sending you super chats. Everyone, please spread the word and get BEASTwriter to 3K and beyond." Thank you so much, Fortnite's Ultimate Report. My man John J. Follow my man John J as well. He does a lot of good work. Puts in a lot of good effort in his YouTube channel. Good vibes only here in the BEASTwriter family. We have a lot of cool stuff coming in. Let's see what else we got going on. Moderators, let's start giving some of these people a thumbs up. Let's giving them a shout out as well. Fortnite's Ultimate Report says, "I enjoyed the Trey Lance video. You are right. Box scores don't mean nothing." I wouldn't say they don't mean anything. I just think there's more to it than just reading a box score. Like, let's say a guy picks up 3 sacks in the game. Okay. Well, how did those 3 sacks come about? Like, was that person actually generating the pressure, or were they what I like to call mop-up sacks? Was just cleaning up the trash because the other person put in the dirty work? Was he matched up one-on-one? Because you guys know I have a mob stat, making others better, like an Aaron Donald. If he's taking double teams, sometimes even triple teams that you see in college football, as I run my college football game grading system, which, by the way, I'm going to talk about my 2022 NFL draft class, because, again, be in the know before they know. That's how I say, man. If you're not following me here in the BEASTwriter family, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you're not going to know things before they happen. Here we are on August 22nd, 2021. And I'm already talking about the 2022 NFL draft. Listen, I already talked about Kayvon Thibodeau. Everyone thinks he's the #1 edge rusher in this year's draft class if he was to come out, right, out of Oregon. He has the height, weight, speed to get it done, but he is not the most fundamentally sound edge rusher in this draft class. In my opinion, that guy's only a sophomore. He's not even eligible to be in the 2022 NFL draft, and that's Will Anderson from Roll Tide Roll. But again, don't take my word for it. Just watch the game film, have your own grades, and you can formulate your own analysis. He graded out a 6.9 out of a 10 in my grading system as a true freshman. All right. Then you got Malachi Moore, right, who plays a star position, the coveted star position in Nick Saban's defense. He's going to be an up-and-coming player. He's not even eligible for next year's draft as well. So you look at 2022 NFL draft class and what the Niners need right now. All right, let's talk about what the Niners need. Again, my YouTube Twitter receipts check out in real time. What did I say when they went ahead and drafted Aaron Banks? Here we are on a live stream, and I'm watching it with you guys as we're doing this pregame analysis on this preseason game. And they went and jumped back from 43 to 48 with the Las Vegas Raiders, moving back X amount of spots, and picked up Aaron Banks. And I said, you know what? He's not even a scheme fit. He's going to struggle. Aaron Banks is going to, you know what they should have did? They should have stuck at 43 and took Asante Samuel. What happened? Well, the team that they're facing, who picks 1 pick earlier today, went ahead and took him, Asante Samuel. And what do the Niners need? A cornerback. A cornerback, guys. K'Wan Williams is on a 1-year prove-it deal, so don't get me started on that. But then again, let's peel back layers on the onion to get to the core. Now they have to look forward. They have no choice but to look forward to next year, because a lot of guys are on 1-year prove-it deals. You look at guys like Jason Verrett on a 1-year prove-it deal. You look at guys who are instant gratification. When I talk about instant gratification versus long-term gains, let's look at Emmanuel Mosley. Signed a 2-year deal. All right, so these guys aren't going to be there for much longer if you think about it. Or based on their contract, it's short-lived because they're in a contract year, right? And the year after that. So with 2 of the 3 top cornerbacks, with Richard Sherman now gone, on to 2-year prove-it deals, you're spinning your wheels. You should have just went after Asante Samuel. Stayed pat at 43, get Asante Samuel. Instead, they diminish the value of the pick, reaching for need by trading back, thinking they're going to get good draft capital in the end when it's a weak draft class to begin with, and picked up Aaron Banks, who's not even, in my opinion, a scheme fit. We saw what happened in the first preseason game. Look, he's not even starting right now. And you don't draft a guy in the 2nd round to ride the pine. Let me tell you that. Solid Roots says, Trey Lance is the man. Hope to see him do his thing today. Solid Roots from the BEASTwriter family. I see you. Jeremiah Willman says, how much do you think Debo is going to play? I don't know. He's listed as questionable, right? The last time I checked on ESPN, he was listed as questionable. And if he does play, it probably won't be much. I think they're going to take it easy. with him. All right, here we got Gary Maiello says, let's make sure. my man Gary says, Kyle wants his quarterback to run, Ryan. He will start Lance on day one. JG is more valuable to the Niners as the number 2 quarterback. They can keep him healthy, and hopefully he'll compile nice stats as a fourth quarter garbage time quarterback. That is very true, but from what I'm hearing, it doesn't matter what I want. It doesn't matter what you want. It's what's actually going to happen. And what's going to happen is Kyle Shanahan is going to go with Jimmy Garoppolo. And he's not going to roll with Trey Lance week 1. Now, what I said all along from day one, if you follow me on YouTube channel, and I know you're on Facebook, but follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Discord, you would know what? You would know I said since day one that Jimmy Garoppolo is a scapegoat. They need a scapegoat. Why? Because if you do the inverse, if you're looking at a GM and you're doing the inverse and you roll with Trey Lance starting week 1, and then let's say he goes 0-4, 1-5, then people are going to be like, oh man, we should have stayed with Jimmy. See, you can't go back once you make that commitment to Trey Lance. It's detrimental to his confidence. Now, if you do the other way around, play it safe, use Jimmy Garoppolo as a scapegoat. If they go 7-3, you roll with Jimmy Garoppolo. If they go 3-7, then you roll with Trey Lance, because the proof is in the pudding at that point. So again, you want to leave yourself some margin of error there. And let's face it, people who say that Trey Lance is better than Jimmy Garoppolo, I would say he has a higher potential than Jimmy Garoppolo. Obviously, I think he's going to ultimately be better than Jimmy Garoppolo. But as of right now, as it currently stands, I think we've seen some plays, which I pointed out in my Trey Lance podcast or Trey Lance video, on those 2 interceptions, on those 2 plays. And you look at what happened there. Not going to tell you again because I already broke it down in that video. So you're going to have to go back and watch that video. But in that video, he saw coverage. It wasn't that coverage pro-snap as opposed to pre-snap. And in order to make that read that he saw pre-snap, that's how you run that route. And that's why he went to that player. Unfortunately, that receiver that was running that route, it played perfectly into the Marcus Peters rogue mentality. And again, you guys can see why I mentioned Marcus Peters. All right. So, Fortnite's ultimate report says Twitter wants Trey Lance to start. I like Lance, but let's not rush him. And look, Trey Lance is going to be awesome. Trey Lance is going to be amazing. I just don't think you start him right away. The list is voted on by the players. The players are getting it wrong. Ezekiel Rivera, let me tell you, the list is voted on the players because when I was in that locker room, you can go back, you can Google search. Niners Nation even tweeted me or even cited me, and I was sitting there interviewing some of the players. And yes, they do get the list. But if you notice, all right, if you notice the players that they have on NFL Network, when they're talking about certain players, it's only within their own division. So, of course, they're going to know how good that player is because they're seeing them 2 times a year. Like it's like me. Like, oh, I know everybody in the NFC West, but then do I know everybody in the AFC North? Yes, because I cover all 32. Again, you have to know exactly how each people or the players within your own division, within your own team, how that relates to the players outside your division, outside your team. Like, come on. Like, how can you say Cam Hayward's not better than Chris Jones? Cam Hayward is better than Chris Jones. Stephon Tuitt is better than Chris Jones. Roquan Smith should be is the best off-ball linebacker in the NFL. And he plays for the Chicago Bears. And again, he plays the same exact position as Fred Warner's off-ball linebacker. So how is he left off the list? But then you have Trey Hendrickson on the list. Like, what? You have Xavier Howard on here. In my grading system, Xavier Howard doesn't even touch top 5 cornerback ranking. All right? Not grade every single snap. You have Jalen Ramsey, all right? Jair Alexander, beast, first team All-Pro in my grading system, voted by PFWA in my grading system, okay? Then you have J.C. Jackson, all right? J.C. Jackson's a beast. Marlon Humphrey you can put up there because I like the Peanut Tillman punch that he does, and I like how he translates into turnovers, but he can be the 4th guy. But again, Xavier Howard, again, he gets the interceptions, but he also gives up a lot of plays, and he also gives up a lot of hidden yardage. So, that being said, I like Xavier Howard, but, I mean, ranked higher than Jair Alexander, ranked higher than, some of these other guys. Come on, really? I don't know. Not ranked high. It shouldn't be ranked higher than J.C. Jackson. And then don't get me started on J.C. Bates III. Barely made the list in the 90s. Second best cover safety in the NFL in terms of covering his deep half, deep third, single high. And I have grades to back it up. So you want the grades, you want the week, I got it to you. How many times he's been targeted? I got that too. CJ Ruthless Sports says, what's up, BEASTwriter? Does Friday 6 p.m. sound good to you? Friday at 6 p.m. is not a good time for me, man. Sorry about that. I am actually personal training somebody at Friday at 6 p.m., but we can definitely work something out. Like I said, my schedule's like everywhere right now, but we can definitely work something out. I'm not too worried about that, but I'll have to get back to you on the exact time, and it might just be like, hey, man, I got here's a 2-hour gap. Are you able to do it? But I like to give at least 24-hour notice before doing that. All right. So Jan Paul Edward de Dios, who's in our Discord, says, I agree. Box score is a good starting off point by itself, but it doesn't tell the whole story. It doesn't. Box scores do not tell the whole story, guys. And again, do not be a box score reader. That's a lazy way of saying this player is good, this player is bad. Now, offense, I mean, obviously, if a guy gets 5 receptions for X amount of yards and I mean, come on, that's kind of like fantasy football. Like, yeah, you don't have to watch the game to know, yeah, he had a hell of a game. Defensively, and there's not even box scores for offensive linemen. There should be a box score for offensive linemen, pancakes, pass rush efficiency, you know, the difference between schemes, whether it's a power run versus zone blocking scheme, how they hit the second level, things like that. I don't know. I just think offensive linemen don't get the credit that they deserve. Quentin Nelson, yes, he should have been the best offensive lineman voted by the top 100 list. But again, there's a lot of players, man. I mean, here's a guy who's going to have a second year. Here's 2 guys on the Pittsburgh Steelers alone who are going to have huge monster seasons. AJ Highsmith and Kevin Dotson. I talked about these guys earlier on my YouTube. I think it was like 4 months ago. Right, but even before Bud Dupree got released, I said, you know what, Bud Dupree, or not released, excuse me. Bud Dupree was going to get bolted and he's going to sign elsewhere. And then ultimately he did with the Tennessee Titans. And I said, you know what, even before that went down, I was like, you know, Bud Dupree's probably on his way out because they have who? They have Alex Highsmith, and then they have Kevin Dotson there. Kevin Dotson is the interior guard. Obviously, David DeCastro has now retired, and Kevin Dotson is one of the interior offensive guards there. And there's been a merry-go-round with the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line and defensive line. Well, defensive line, not so much, but it's been pretty stable. Offensive line has been a merry-go-round. You know, Alejandro Villanueva now gone. You had to move Matt Filer, right tackle Matt Filer, back kick him side to guard. Previously from 2019, he was a right tackle. And then you had to play a game of musical chairs on the interior there. Last year with Chukwuma Okorofor and Zach Banner, I believe he tore his ACL, so he was out for the season. He was actually penciled in as a starter. So here they are this year, 5 new starters along the Steelers offensive line. All right. Dang, there's a lot of questions here. All right, let's get it. Gustavo Mejia. All right, so 49ers Ultimate Report says, LA Chargers podcaster told me that the 49ers thank you for Samuel Jr. There you go. See? There you go. And it's funny because some people are calling it out like, oh, man, like, I wanted Asante Samuel Jr. instead of Aaron Banks. And it's on Twitter, and I'm like, and then some of you guys are like retweeting this guy or retweeting these people, and it's like, nah, BEASTwriter said that. And I'm like, oh, man. It's all good. It's all good. But it's really not. But it is what it is. People can pass off my information as their own. It's all good. Not going to hate. There's nothing to hate on. All right. So, Vernon Freeman, why are the 49ers so afraid to use a high pick on a cornerback anyways? We've needed a top cornerback for like 25 years. It's all about draft positional analysis, right? You have to go based on your need, but then you also want to draft the best player available. You don't just draft for need. When you do that, you diminish the value pick every single time. I talked about this with Randy Miller, who was on the BEASTwriter family show, a dear friend of mine, and we always talk about this, right? You never want to miss the value pick by reaching for need, because if you do that, then what's the point of picking at that draft position, right? So again, you want to talk about cornerbacks, right? So let's just face it, right? The 49ers need depth at cornerback. Let's just talk about the cornerback. They missed out on Asante Samuel. That's in the past, right? I already said that in my pre-draft analysis, real-time analysis as the draft was unfolding. If you followed me on the NFL Draft live stream, as the draft was unfolding, I already said they should have went on Asante Samuel. I didn't like the Aaron Banks guy. Not saying Aaron Banks is now watch Aaron Banks be an all-pro player. He's going to be excellent. No, I just think, my job is to project and predict. It's the player's job to perform. Don't like it, play better, right? So when we talk about the boundary cornerback position in the 2022 NFL draft class, there's two that stick in my mind. Derek Stingley, who I graded every single snap back in 2020. Now 2019, as a true freshman, he had a baller of a year. Was a ball hawk in the secondary. Last year, not so much. He was dealing with a lot of injuries coming out of he plays for LSU. For those who don't know, Derek Stingley Jr. He comes from NFL bloodlines, right? His grandfather played in the NFL, and I believe so did his father. He played football as well. But when you talk about it and talk about Derek Stingley Jr., right, and what he brings to the table, is very fundamentally sound. Stays square at the line of scrimmage. Doesn't open hips up too early. So you see this in his game. These are things that I look for when scouting and evaluating the cornerback position. More times than not, he's always in the press man position. All right. He's always in press, playing up in press. The problem I have with him is he doesn't get his hands up on the receiver, allowing him a free inside or outside release, whatever way he wants to go. And again, if you're going to play press, then play press. Then get your hands on him, right? Get your hands up on him. But he doesn't. If you watch every single game that he played in last year, more times than not, he was in the press alignment, but then he didn't get his hands up on the receiver, jamming him at the line of scrimmage. And I think that's something that he needs to work on. I think you need to get a jam. If you're going to play up, you need to get a jam. Depending on the down and distance, obviously, that can play a role. But, you never want to give a guy inside free release or inside outside release if you're up there in press anyways, right? You want to give him something, right? And just don't let him fly off the line. But Derek Stingley Jr., he's my number one ranked cornerback. He's going to be a heck of a good cornerback in the NFL. Daniel Jeremiah. All right. So Daniel Jeremiah said that he only watched 3 of his games. And I watched every single game. Daniel Jeremiah only watched 3 of his football games and had analysis on him. I watched every single game. The game that Daniel Jeremiah did not point out, and maybe because he didn't have time to watch it, I don't know what the case may be, but if you go back to the Missouri game against Derek Stingley got burned left and right in that football game. Outside of that, he played extremely well. But if you go back to the Missouri game, he had some problems. He had some problems in the Missouri game. And again, when you take into the account that he missed the season opener due to an illness, he also had a concussion and then had a leg injury, prompting him to miss the last 2 games of the season. Durability is now a concern. So some of these factors play a role in how I view Derek Stingley Jr. I've been watching him since his freshman year when I used to cover LSU games for Hot Mike, along with Alabama and the whole entire SEC. Then you take into account a guy who just transferred from Clemson to Georgia. He was kicked off the Clemson football team earlier this year, and that by Dabo Swinney, and that's the guy by the name of Derek. Not Derek. How come I'm drawing a blank? Darian Kendrick. There you go. Darian Kendrick from Clemson, who's now off to Georgia. Darian Kendrick, to me, is one of those guys who has a lot of off-field issues, right? He doesn't like school, apparently. So he's been he violated team rules for supposedly, I don't know, academic reasons. Didn't want to go see a tutor, didn't want to go to classes, whatever the case may be, right? That's all out there on the internet. So he was actually suspended or did not play. He suited but did not play for a variety of games. And I think it's upward of 3 games that I have to go back and look at my notes. But he didn't play in 3 of those games, Pittsburgh being one of them. And early on in the year, he didn't start against Citadel. He played, I think, the first play he was off, and then he kind of went in and then played the majority of that game in week 2 against the Citadel. And then week 3, he played well. When he plays, he's playing at a freaking NFL talent. I mean, the guy is just really, really good, like really, really good in coverage. He has a height, weight, speed to pattern match receivers downfield, very aggressive, has the swagger that I think Derek Stingley lacks in terms of, having that alpha mentality. Now, I'm not saying that Derek Stingley is not an alpha dog. He certainly is, but I like to see more edge, more aggressiveness to Derek Stingley's game. And when it comes to being a perimeter run defender, I think that Kevin Durant, DK does a really nice job of doing that. So, yeah, that's that. So, a lot of good cornerbacks. Don't sleep on, what's his name? Andrew Booth Jr. out of Clemson, too. He's going to be picking up the slack as the new CB1. And Andrew Booth Jr., I like that kid a lot. That kid is also going to be a round 1 first-round pick if he decides to come out next year. which I think he is because I think he might be a senior. I don't know, but he's good. Number 23 for Clemson. All right, Gustavo Mejia says 49ers really need a solid wide receiver 3 option. Debo can't be relied on health-wise. I still like Debo Samuel, man. I don't know. Let's just see how the season plays out. Eileen Murphy, nothing finer than the 49ers. JP says, how is the O-line class looking next draft? The Cardinals need a center past Hudson. O-line class is all right. Well, since we're talking about college football, let's go ahead and talk about college football. I have my own grading system on college football. I get coaches' game film for college football as I do the NFL, and I have my own grading system. How am I supposed to analyze a player if I don't get that vantage point? I think it's funny when people just say, oh, this guy's so good, and then you just go to the YouTube highlights. It's like, what are you doing, dude? That does not work that way. How can you go and grade a player based on YouTube highlights? It just really makes no sense to me. But hey, whatever. If that's this guy, I remember people are talking about Denzel Mims. Oh my gosh, this guy's so good. And I'm like, nah, man, he doesn't run very many routes on the route tree, man. He's not gonna be very good because he can't run all the routes. Like if I'm a cornerback, I'm just gonna play off because I know he can only run 3 types of routes, 7, 8, 9 bangers, right? So if you only run 7, 8, 9 bangers, I don't care if you run a double move because I know at the end of the day you're gonna fish at the top of your route going deep. So I just play with the depth on how I see fit, based on down and distance, protecting the sticks and using the sideline as to squeeze the wide receiver to the boundary, and I'm set. And then just play the ball at the catch point. You're good. Keep everything in front of you. All right. So since we're talking draft, people want to know my draft grades. Let's just go ahead and talk about my draft grades. Let's talk about the pull up. Boom, boom, boom. JP is a diehard Arizona Cardinals fan. We talk about this, and I told him they're going to go after Zaven Collins, is what I've been told. And they did. And he was like, dang, you were right. We got Zaven Collins. All right. So if you look at the center class, let's just take a look at what I have in my projections right now. And again, I'm putting this out there first so people can't be like, oh, I said that. Nope. I do the legwork right now. I cover both college and NFL. All right. So if you're looking at the center class, I mean, I guess you can go offensive guard. I'm just going to talk about interior offensive linemen because usually when draft rolls around, you want to see if guys are scheme fit, if they can play center or if they can play offensive guard. Obviously, we don't know what their arm length is. I think that's a huge factor in whether a guy is going to play or be successful as a bookend tackle. I think you need to have at least 34-inch arms, 34-inch arm length in order to really get that done. So with that being said, you look at Jamari, can't pronounce his last name, from Georgia, Jamari Salier. You look at Ed Ingram from LSU. I think he's a good one. Tyler Linderbaum is another good one, Iowa, and Jarrett Patterson from Notre Dame. Those guys are the top dogs in my grading system. Looking forward to the 2021 season. And then again, if you want to talk about offensive tackles, you can possibly switch into guard. I mean, I think you look at Evan Neal, right? The guy out of Alabama. A lot of talk has been on Evan Neal the past couple of years. He's kind of been like the silent guy, right? So you had Jedrick Wills there. You had Alex Leatherwood there. Now you have Evan Neal, right? Evan Neal has been kind of the silent assassin for them. And people are going to view him as an offensive tackle, but he can also play interior guard, but he's going to want to play tackle. I bet you his agent's like, no, tackle is where it's at because that's where you get the most of your money, and he's going to be protecting the blind side. So Alabama, Evan Neal, my top-rated offensive tackle there. And then you got Kenyon Green out of Texas A&M. He's my second-ranked offensive tackle, and I liked him a lot too coming out. And in 2019, Kenyon Green played right guard in 2019. Then he played left guard in 2020, and now he's moving on to play the blind side in 2021. So this is really good for his draft stock because now you're showing teams, hey, look, in every single year, I'm able to play different positions. So I can play the piano along the line in a pinch if we need be, right? So versatility is going to create his draft stock, and that's going to elevate his draft stock heading into the 2022 NFL draft. So Kenyon Green is a guy to me who is not a scheme fit. I mean, if you can play left guard, blindside left tackle, and if you can play right guard, heck, odds are you can probably play center. Not like they need you there, obviously, but he can do it all. He can do it all. Like him, I like Charles Cross out of Mississippi State. He's high on my board. Zion Nelson out of University of Miami. He is also high on my board. So a lot of good offensive linemen there. Not as strong as the Jedrick Wills draft. But again, you see some guys early on like Evan Neal. He's definitely going to go likely in the top 10. I mean, if you need an offensive lineman to protect your young quarterback, you're going to want to get a guy like Evan Neal coming in the SEC Power 5. Gustavo Mejia says, Zach Wilson is looking nice, beast. Zach Wilson's a beast, man. I told you guys Zach Wilson was the truth, and everyone's like, oh no, he sucks in practice. And then people were at the gym were like, I saw you say Zach Wilson was going to be good. I was like, watch. As I'm drinking my electrolytes, I said, watch. He's going to be good. Yeah, and here we go. Illinois says, the proof is in the pudding, is in the eating. That's not very funny. Just joking. No, there's some truth to that. Lunar Mystic says, what's up, Beast? What's going on, man? How you doing? Don Lovato says, aloha, Beast Rider. Happy Sunday. How are you doing? All right. So let's see what else we got here going on, guys. A lot of questions here. We got some super stickers in here. All right. So Robert Slavin says, what's up, Beast? What's going on? And again, join us on Twitch. If you're not on Twitch TV, join us on Twitch TV. We're going to do a lot of cool stuff on Twitch TV. We're going to do more live streams on Twitch TV. So if you like these live streams, I'm thinking about even shutting down YouTube for my live streams and just posting on Twitch. I'm not sure about that, but what I am sure of is we're going to do a lot more stuff on Twitch. So be sure to follow me on all our social media platforms. My man Takumi Abe says, aloha, Beast Rider. Aloha, how you doing, man? All the way from the 808. I see you. CJ Ruthless Sports says, what do you think of the Mike Rumpf interview? The Mike Rumpf interview was good. I liked it. Talked about some history. Liked it. Don Lovato says, yo, Beast, is Aaron Dancing, Barrett Banks playing tonight against the Chargers? I think he is. If I'm mistaken, maybe someone else may have more information on that as I'm doing this live stream, but I think he is. All out no one says, hey, Mr. Beast, I heard David Lombardi is giving Jimmy G a great box score at the end of the spreadsheets. Your thoughts? Hey, David Lombardi is one of those guys who he knows his stuff. So I don't know. I heard I was giving Jimmy G a great box score at the end of his spreadsheets. Your thoughts? I don't have any thoughts. I don't have no idea what the spreadsheet is, but David Lombardi knows his stuff. I'll tell you that. David Lombardi definitely knows his stuff. He definitely knows his stuff, man. So, Fortnite's Ultra Import, thank you so much for the super sticker and super chat. Really appreciate it. Mahalo for the love. All right, CJ Blue Sport says, Beast Rider, someone time me out and deleted that. Can I get a rent so I won't be out for no reason? Let's see here. Hey, my name is, that's me. This is me. As my moderators are in the chat. All right, Joel Figueroa says, yo, Ryan, what's up, man? I finally have the time to be here and talk Niner football with you tonight with you. Let's go Niners. Joel is also in the Discord. Joel, tell us about what Discord brings. It's a nice platform. Here we are on Twitch. Here we are on YouTube Live, but we're also going to be on Facebook. We're on Facebook Live too. We're on all social media lives, if you haven't noticed by now. Anytime you Google search Beast Rider, it's all like live stuff majority of the time. And if it's not, it's NFL content videos. But we are now on Discord. Joel, my man, is on Discord. I see you there. And he's also one of my moderators on YouTube. All right. So Monica Canna Miss. Love Monica. She is our #1 super fan on Discord and YouTube. This girl's crazy. She says, Beast, my man. How are you doing, Monica? Nice to have you in here in the Beast Rider family show. All right. Everyone knows Monica. Look at this. Everyone knows Monica. All right. Beast approved. I like it. Here we go. All right. Joel Figueroa says, from the Beast Rider family, I'm looking for a big day in passing yards for our quarterback, Trey Lance. I want to see him run more because he has mobility skills. He does. He does have great mobility skills. My man, Bay Area Baller 18 chiming in. I think Mims is going to be pretty good with Wilson. What's up, Beast? Bay Area Baller 18 also has a YouTube channel. Follow him on YouTube as well. And he's always been one of our biggest supporters here in the Beast Rider family. So make sure you follow Baller, Bay Area Baller 18. All right. Follow everyone. Shoot. Follow Waruna Pereira also. Waruna Pereira, thank you so much for the super chat and super sticker. If you'd like to support the work and the channel here on YouTube, here on Twitch, be sure to subscribe to our Discord because Discord's where it's at. I'm going to put up my Discord right now, and you could follow us there. Waruna is one of our loyal supporters in Discord. Just join our Discord. This is the invite link by yours truly. And just go ahead and open that up in a new web browser, and you will be able to subscribe to our Discord. And I tell you what, for those who aren't subscribed by the end of the week, they will be missing out on a huge opportunity because we have a big announcement coming on. You guys know I gave away preseason tickets, my own season tickets, section 134, to the loyal BEASTwriter family in section 134, row 31. And the winner of those tickets were posted on the Discord. So again, if you're not in Discord, you're missing out. If you're not on our social media platforms, you're missing out because, again, I'm all for doing this for all of you guys. So again, thank you so much, Runa, for the super chat and super sticker. This is just for the maintenance of the channel. All proceeds get donated back into the BEASTwriter family so we can go ahead and continue on moving bigger and better things. So thank you so much, Runa Pereira, for the super chat and super sticker. I really appreciate it. He says, Trey Area. Runa Pereira is a huge fan of Trey Lance, and I don't blame him. I am too. I love Trey Lance, and I talked to Runa last week, and we talked about Trey Lance, and Varuna made a great point. He says, you know what, BC? He's like, I like how you, I understand why, kind of like why Shanahan's doing what he's doing, but you shouldn't have Trey Lance playing behind a second, like a not a very good offensive line, right? Like the offensive line is horrible, and just get his head taken off. And I agree with that. I think Shanahan, you need to kind of like put in some guys in there, but again, so I do agree with you there. But then when I watched the film, 2 of those 4 sacks were on players who should be starting week 1, right? The first being Daniel Brunskill, right? He gave up the first sack, and then another sack was by Aaron Banks, who they drafted in the 2nd round. Again, you don't draft Aaron Banks or a player in the 2nd round to ride the pine. You expect him to start week 1. So that's what I see about that. All right. So, all right. Give a shout out to my boy, Bay Area Baller 18. He just joined our Discord. Holla at your boy. Thank you so much, Bay Area Baller 18. And get your family and friends up in the Discord. See, we get notifications out of moderators moderating every single social media platform that we're on. We're doing big things here in the BEASTwriter family. I'm telling you guys, big things. All right. Monica says 30 minutes till game time. Yes. We have a lot of cool stuff going on right now. Dang, I got to keep a lot of comments in here. All right, here we go. Brent is putting up the Discord. He says the Discord is up. Brent is putting it up there on his YouTube channel. All right. Monica says, thanks, Brent. Yep, Monica is one of our most loyal followers. And we have what? How many channels do we have, guys? We have 3 channels, 3 NFL teams right now. We have the Cardinals. JP, my man JP's in the Discord as well. He was in here. He is the Arizona Cardinals ambassador. Monica Canamis is the 49ers ambassador, along with What's Up G, Jerry Yang. Those guys are all ambassadors for the BEASTwriter family here on Discord. So be sure to subscribe to Discord or join us on Discord, and you'll be entered for our Family Friday giveaways, along with other cool options and exclusive content found nowhere else on the web, because we're not going to release it anywhere else on the web. All right. Look at stream. Social media engagement is encouraged. Here we go. Monica and Canamis says, yes, as ambassador of the 49er section, I will keep you all up to date. There you go. Join Monica. We need more people like Monica and in our Discord, because Monica just kicks butt. She kicks butt in our Discord, and she is all out, balls out. Love it. Love it. Barry Baller 18 says Wayne Gallman and Hasty are only running backs suited up. Well, there you go. That's not good. Or it is. They're probably resting the starters. Monica Canamis says, plus keep you laughing in the yes. We also have a meme section inside the Discord, and Monica posts every time she gets off work. She works night shift, and every time she gets off work, I wake up in the morning, I'm just looking at the memes. I'm just like LOLing. Like it makes my morning every single day. All right. So join our Discord. Please join the BEASTwriter Discord here we go. You see that? You can go there. You can go to the one listed below, and you guys can join our Discord. Mariah is in the house. Mariah 49 Faithful Lee's in the house. Please follow her also on YouTube. Big supporter here in the BEASTwriter family. She has her own YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to her as well. Bay Area Baller 18's in here. We have Runa Pereira in here. We have, who am I missing out? Anybody I'm missing out, drop them. CJ Ruthless Sports, go ahead and subscribe to him as well. We're doing big things here in the BEASTwriter family, all about the good vibes only here, building each other up. One video at a time. Gavin Cartwright is in the house. He says, Beast. What's going on, Gavin? How you doing, my man? Gavin is another one of our day one Share the BEASTwriter family. Gavin, join our Discord so you can go ahead and get the exclusive content found nowhere else on the web. And I mean that sincerely, because we're going to do some big things here on Discord, which is going to be followed through Twitch, along with YouTube and our other social media platforms. But again, Discord's where you're going to get all the information and get it right away. So be sure to be one of the first to get it, so you'll be in the know before they know. All right. Monica Cannabis says, hey, Gavin, come join us. There you go. Come join us in the Discord. Gavin says, let's go Niners. All right. Joel says, yeah, everyone, join my man Beast Discord channel. Yes, I'm telling you guys, it's fun things that are happening here. I'm letting you guys know right now because you guys want to know what's going to happen. I can't spill the beans yet, but I will say this. I will say I'm working with some pretty big people behind the scenes, pretty big deal, at least in my estimation. And big things are coming. I'm excited. The hard work is finally paying off, and it's all thanks to you guys because, again, we have to show the analytics and everything in order to get to that situation. So thank you so much. We are doing, wow. We got one of my moderators just said, we got another person, 2, 1, 2, 3. Mariah, you joined Discord. Thank you so much. We just got the notification on that. Spider Joe 83, thank you so much. You just joined Twitch. Chewbacca, you just joined Discord. And Bay Area Baller just joined Discord. Moderators, let's give all these people a shout out and subscribe to all these people because, again, good vibes only here in the BEASTwriter family. Let's do this. We're going, again, we're doing big things here. I'm telling you guys. You think I'm playing around. I ain't playing. Just like when I get my gym gains in, I go to the gym and say, hey, man, we're getting our gains in today. And whoever I'm working out with, they're like, oh, shoot, like, what are we doing today? But like, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to start off with 30 sets of bench. They're like, what, 30 sets? I'm like, yeah, that's our warm-up, bro. We're not even getting started. If you guys follow me on Discord, if you guys follow me on Twitch, if you guys follow me on YouTube, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys will know I ain't playing around. I actually do 30 sets of bench. And people are like, oh, that's overtraining. But like, that's how I got these medals. You got to overtrain. You got to have that beast mentality. You got to have that Mamba mentality to do what others won't for you to succeed. So when I'm at the gym, getting my gym gains in, I'm watching my man Steve Weiss. I'm watching my man Jim Trotter. I'm watching my man Mike Yam on NFL Network. I literally, when I step foot inside the gym and I'm doing my cardio, I'm always working. I'm always responding to comments. I'm always looking for the next best thing to write about or to talk about here on YouTube or Twitch. And again, you have to be up to date on everything. There's a lot to talk about all the time. And here we are talking about the 2022 NFL draft early on. And you guys want to know about prospects, picking my brain. And I'm telling you guys right now, I'm letting you guys know right now how it's going to go. All right. If you guys haven't watched, my number 1 rated tight end is Jaleel Billingsley out of Alabama. All right. And if you wanted to see what Nick Saban had to say about Jaleel Billingsley, go ahead and you can find that on YouTube. I'm also going to talk about it in another NFL content video for the 2022 NFL draft file that I'm about to release. So Jaleel Billingsley, I don't want to spill the beans, but watch what Nick Saban had to say about Jaleel Billingsley, all right? And then you want to talk about the wide receiver class, right? Let's stick on the Roll Tide Roll side. Well, because I'm biased because I'm a huge Roll Tide Roll fan. I don't care. John Mechie III, beast, right? George Pickens out of Georgia, beast, first-round pick. Chris Olave out of the Big Ten, Ohio State, beast. I mean, Justin Ross out of Clemson, he's very good, right? And then Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State. All these guys are going to be really good wide receivers at the next level. Now, are they going to be as good as the previous last 2 draft classes in terms of the wide receiver class being the cream of the crop? I wouldn't go that far. I will say that John Mechie III is going to be one of those risers, though. John Mechie III is now going to be able to get his shot, right, to be the guy, all right? And you look at George Pickens, man. George Pickens, I think if he would have come out of this year's draft class, he would have been a 2nd, 3rd round draft pick, all right? So depending on what scheme you're looking for and what you need on the outside between the numbers. So again, there's a lot of good players in this draft class that I really like at the wide receiver position. A lot to talk about. Like I said, man, I love talking football. If you guys haven't noticed, I love talking football. I love talking college football. I love talking NFL football. And again, here we are on August 22nd. We're talking about the college 2022 NFL draft. We haven't had people that declared yet. And I'm already working on my draft board, working on grading systems, working on, for instance, I was just grading Derek Stingley all day yesterday, graded every single one of his games that I could get my hands on Derek Stingley, which is all but one game. So seeing the coaches film, you get that vantage point, and if you know what to look for, and obviously you have to talk to some of these people too, like some of the coaches and so forth, and like, hey, is this right? And they're like, yeah, that's right. Or well, because it was a flip alignment, because this guy, the 1 took the 2, so the safety had to take on the 2 receiver and let the 3 go inside. Whatever the case may be, how they're lined up. If it's a 2-by-1 or if it's a 3-by-1 formation, they have their different ROE, rules of engagement. So you have to kind of see how that goes. But again, we're going to do a lot of stuff on Discord. I'm really excited. I don't know what else to say other than we're doing big things on Discord. I don't know what else to say. We have my own grading system. Everyone wants to know, what's your grading system, Beast? Like, are you going to release YouTube channel memberships? I'm like, well, if you guys notice, I'm eligible to, but I haven't yet. Why? Why am I missing money on monetizing YouTube right now? I'm telling you, join Discord, man. I'm telling you. For those who don't, you're going to be missing out. And we just got Saucy Act joined Discord. Ezekiel Rivera just joined Discord. So again, you obviously the people who are joining Discord are telling their friends to join Discord once they're in our Discord, because they're like, dude, what the heck? This is legit. Join our Discord. You're doing yourself a disservice by not joining our Discord. I'm my own hype man, but hey, believe the hype if you want. Again, I format my own grading system. We're going to talk everything from fantasy football. A lot of you guys are like, dang, man, you had some good fantasy football stuff out there. I won some bets. Literally, I was looking at it, and they're like, oh, yeah, I won my league thanks to your week 16 or what? No, not week 16. It was like week 14, week 13, week 14, depending on when your season ends. I got like 3 or 4 of them. And here I'm sitting like, dang, you didn't give me a cut of that, man. Dang, that sucks. I was kind of bitter. Like, yeah, I just won, I just won my league. And I'm like, how much did you win? In my head, I'm thinking, well, the buy-in was $500. I'm like, okay, how many teams is it? Oh, it's a 15-team league. Oh, thank you. Mahalo. Monica Camus says, thanks, Baller, for joining. Yes, all of you guys that join Discord, be sure to join Discord. I'm telling you guys, it's hot. And we're going to keep it hot. Farnaz Ultimate Report says, hit them like buttons, everyone, and subscribe. BEASTwriter, the real deal. Spider Joe 83, thank you so much on Twitch for joining us on Twitch. Join us on Discord too, my man. He says, you're Ryan. I'm here. I'm on here too, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's give Spider Joe 83 a shout out. He deserves a shout out. He definitely deserves a shout out, and we have to thank him for it. All right. We have to thank all our BEASTwriter family who joins us on all our social media platforms. Gavin Upright Carver said, I just joined the Discord. That's what's up, man. So there we go. Monica says, thank you. Let's give Gavin Upright a shout out on Discord as well. Monica kind of misses. Thanks, Ryan. I'm telling you, Monica is one of the one of the lifelines of our Discord. She literally is everywhere. Like, if there was a 49ers, like, how do I explain it? A 49ers super fan, it would be Monica. It would definitely be Monica. Monica is legit. Like, I thought I was a diehard Niner fan when I was a fan, right? On TV, on the news, getting in. Monica is better than, blows me away. Like, Monica's crazy. All right. What else we got here? Spider Joe 83 on Twitch says, no problem, man. That's what's going on, man. Thank you so much, Spider 83. Appreciate the love. Spider says, thanks for the shout out, guys. Appreciate the love. Monica also says, thanks for rocking with our boy BEASTwriter. Yeah, 100. All right, get your questions out, man. We're going to talk about questions. Again, join our Discord. It's right here. And again, if you're not a Niner fan, all good. I mean, if you're a LA Charger fan, like my boy Kevin, obviously you guys know I went to San Diego State, so obviously they don't play in San Diego anymore, but that was all we had at San Diego. So there's a lot of LA Chargers fans who are watching this right now who are my boys in my Phi Kappa Psi fraternity. If you guys don't know this, I'm a Phi Psi, so if all you Phi Psis out there, yep, I got inked up. That's how loyal I am to my fraternity. Live ever, die never, Phi Kappa Psi, you feel me? So, yeah, I am all about it. Every time the Chargers play the Niners, it always brings back memories because our fraternity we would literally have fights about it, like fights. Like, I wouldn't be fighting, I'd be like chilling, but Baby T and Talani, best friends, would fight. Talani's a Niner fan, Baby T is a Chargers fan, and they would always get into it, and it's like, guys, it's just a game. And it's like, oh, it's just a game. No, it was always fun. It was always fun. It never got too serious. I'm joking around, but no, there were some heated arguments. And Chargers have Derwin James coming back. You guys got to be happy with Derwin James, top 5 safety in my grading system when healthy. Unfortunately, he can't stay healthy. Now, if he's healthy, Derwin James will make the NFL top 100 list next year. Mark my words. Derwin James, again, is a beast. Like, he is reminiscent of on the likes of Budda Baker and kind of like Tyrann Mathieu. You can kind of put him where you see fit, and he can kind of disguise coverage on the back end. He can come up and run support. He's physical. He can also cover his deep third, deep half, quarters coverage, whatever you need him to be. He can also blitz off the edge, and he just does it all. I mean, Derwin James is a monster. Derwin James is one of the most underrated players because, in my estimation, everyone's sleeping on him because of his injury problem. But Derwin James, I'm telling you, Derwin James is a monster. You have Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa on the Niners. Joey Bosa, his brother, top 5 edge rusher in my grading system, who was just released on the NFL top 100 list that you saw on NFL Network. He's going to be a stud. They don't have Melvin Ingram anymore. He's now off to the Pittsburgh Steelers doing big things, wearing, I think he's number 8. I was watching the Steelers game yesterday. He's wearing number 8, and I'm like, who is that guy? And it's like, oh, it's Melvin Ingram. So Melvin Ingram is going to be a rotational edge rushing presence because, as I said and stated earlier, 5-6 months ago, even before Bud Dupree was released, I said Alex Highsmith is going to be that guy, and he is. He's now the starting guy opposite of TJ Watt. And again, the Steelers had the best defensive front seven in all of football. Said it since 2019 and continuing to say it here in 2021. Name a better starting defensive line. Name a starting quartet of linebackers than the Pittsburgh Steelers defensive front seven. And now that they added Joe Schobert, who I thought Robert Spillane was really well, graded out as an all-pro in my grading system when healthy. Now take away the playoff game, obviously. That's just throughout the regular season. And they add in Joe Schobert. So Joe Schobert, along with Devin Bush, and then you have TJ Watt and Alex Heiss. Woo! Look out. Look out, AFC North. And then Cleveland Browns is probably saying, yeah, but we have one of the best offensive lines in all of football. We have Joel Bitonio, who I graded as a first-team All-Pro in my grading system for PFWA. They also have Jack Conklin, right tackle John Conklin, beast, coming from the Tennessee Titans. So there's a lot of good pieces there that they have along their offensive line as well to match up. And then they have a two-headed monster, probably the best 1-2 punch in the NFL in terms of running backs. We talk about running backs here. You got Kareem Hunt, and then you also have Nick Chubb, who is also at the NFL Top 100 list today. So congratulations to the Cleveland Browns. I have high hopes for Cleveland Browns. If someone asked me what's my team if it's not the Niners, if I had to pick a team, right, because technically I remain unbiased even though I grew up as a Niner fan, I would say, if it's not the Niners, I have an AFC, it's going to be the Steelers. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of rooting for the Cleveland Browns just as a football fan. I want to see the Cleveland Browns do well. I think they deserve it. I think it's well overdue, man. Cleveland Browns fans are diehard. I think they deserve all that's coming their way. And if you guys ever watched the movie Draft Day, I always reference Draft Day. I love Draft Day, where the GM, Sonny Weaver, was the former GM. Well, he was the former GM at the San Francisco 49ers, then goes out to the Cleveland Browns and becomes the GM over there, taking over for his father, I believe. And then, it talks about the Cleveland fan base over there, how they're just diehards, which they are. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Julian Vasquez says, Debo is back. Thank you so much. Monica Kemmis says, check the pedal on the wall. About it. Yeah, I am about it. This paddle, we have bylines. We can't talk about it, but hey, I'm just saying. JP Edward Didio says for sure. All right. 49ers Ultimate Report says, I'm also a diehard. I remember the 3-10 when the 49ers were losing. Diehard fan, even the team is losing. Yes, that's good. All right. So we're just going to go ahead. Let me just go ahead and tune into the game right now. Just let me make sure it's on. We're about 3 minutes from kickoff. I'm just going to go into the first quarter and then I'm going to stop it. This is kind of like a trial run, I guess you would say. So if you guys want me to keep going, I'm here for you. I'm probably going to do a Q&A live call-in after the first quarter. And if it's going hot, we're going to stay with it. If not, then I can just go bounce and then get my gym gains in, and I'll post some stuff up on Discord for all of you. So You guys be the judge on what you guys want, because again, this is your stream. This is not mine. All right. All right. Mark and comment says 7-minute countdown to game time. Let's go, Niners. Can I get an amen? Amen. All right. What else we got going on here? Spider Joe says from Twitch, because now we have a quarterback who is mobile and can get out of the pocket quickly and throw darts just like Pat Mahomes. Yes, exactly. I'm not going to go as far as saying he's the next Pat Mahomes, although he certainly has the potential to be on that level because of his traits that he possesses. However, with that being said, I think Trey Lance still has to get acclimated to the NFL level of style of play in terms of reading defenses, right? I went ahead and broke this down again on my YouTube channel, breaking down Trey Lance's box score, how they don't tell the whole story. So be sure to watch those podcasts and how that's going to relate to this one and the analysis that I'm talking about today, because again, what you see in disguising coverage pre-snap is not the same that you're going to see post-snap, right? So if you see a cover 3 and then the strong safety rolls back into a cover 2, well, now the respective boundary quarterbacks aren't playing the respective zones that you thought they were leading up to that play, right, before the snap. So whether that safety is playing the center field to the boundary or he's playing the hash to the numbers and then the boundary cornerback is playing from the numbers to the boundary, that's all going to take a role in how you're going to disguise or how you're going to feel that play out when the ball is snapped. Now, again, you really have to know what I talked about in Trey Lance's earlier videos on YouTube on how those ones relate to the analysis I'm pointing out right now. When you project a player at the FCS level, although he is very smart and very bright, and then project it to the FBS level, and then from the FBS level, relate that to the Power 5 conference, right? And then from the Power 5, relate it to NFL level. That's a lot of gaps. That's a lot of layers of the onion to really get to the core and really projecting a kid to say, hey, look, he's smart. He can read defenses because he did it in the same style of offense that he did back in college. Well, we've seen it. We've seen it perfectly last week that it's all for naught. Like it's not as clear cut dry as one would think. So I pointed this out in my pre-draft analysis on Trey Lance before he was drafted by the Niners. I'm pointing it out today. Everything checks out up to this point. And we're just going to have to see how it is and how it's going to go throughout the season. Now, Trey Lance is going to be an excellent player, but again, we just have to see how everything plays out. All right. Brent Tamachi says, go to our Discord. There you go. Yeah. Go on our Discord and you guys can enter the BEASTwriter server and it's all posted up there. All right. Thank you so much, Farn's Ultimate Report, for the super sticker. Really appreciate the love. Mahalo for the love and support. And thank you so much. All right. Robert Watson's in the house. What's going on, my man? RW, Mahalo Beast. Robert Watson, one of my most loyal followers. Actually, all you guys are loyal followers, but Robert Watson, man, this guy is a guy who is I always have a place. So he was our first BEASTwriter family giveaway here on YouTube, and Mel was our second. Waruna was our third. And Robert Watson, how are you doing today? He always tries to catch my live streams, and when I'm not doing it live, he always catches up on my videos. So it's really, really fun to see Robert Watson in the house. Thank you so much, Robert Watson. And again, as you're watching the game, man, see what I had to say in real time. Now, for those who are watching this, I am on YouTube TV, all right? So YouTube TV has, a 5 to 10 second delay. So if I'm seeing it and you're seeing it on cable or Cox or whatever, Comcast, Sportsnet, whatever you guys are on, and or wherever you guys are located on, or wherever your cable's on. I don't have cable. I have YouTube TV. So I pulled the plug a long time ago, but it's a little bit of 5 to 10 second delay, but you guys are going to see what I had to say in real time. And people are like, oh, can you show the game? No, that's illegal. That goes against NFL media policy. I will never show the game. So anytime I say a watch party on a live stream, it's not actually showing the game. Like that's illegal. I won't do that. Like, why would I do that? That's illegal. And then, yeah, so that's just want to give everyone a heads up on that. Robert Watson says, going great, Beast. Shout out to the BWF Niner Faithful. That's what's up. That is what is up. All right. So we're going to talk about the game itself. Obviously, let's look at the injury report. Deebo Samuel, it's been reported here in the comment section. I don't know how the validity of it because I'm doing a live stream, but Deebo Samuel is, in fact, playing today, right? So, according to someone here in the BEASTwriter family. So with that being said, here we go. They're going over right now the the joint practices and everything. And if you guys missed Jimmy Garoppolo's pick 6 to Derwin James, I posted that on my Twitter, and you can see that on my Twitter account. And that was pretty cool. I think Derwin James is the real deal. I definitely better than, and I don't know, talking about the NFL top 100, I don't know how Justin Simmons is ranked higher of the Denver Broncos than Jesse Bates III. That's just a travesty. I just don't get that. And I already posted all my analysis and coaches film on Justin Simmons, all the bad plays. I need the good plays. I want to post Jimmy Simmons' good plays too, because Justin Simmons is a very good player. But until Game Pass brings back coaches film, unable to do it. Unable to do my job. So hopefully it comes back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for us, Ultimate Report, for the super chat and super sticker. If you like this, if you like to support the work, like the channel, like the BEASTwriter movement, we are striving to push here, the BEASTwriter family. Consider sending me a super chat. All proceeds get channeled and funneled back into the maintenance of the BEASTwriter family. And I thank you because, again, without you guys, I wouldn't be where I am today. And here we are doing this live stream, and it's all for fun. All right. So as I'm watching the TV, and you guys are too, if you guys are watching this, I don't see any Chargers fans at all. This is like a home game. And every time I went to travel with the Niners to cover the team up in the press box at Qualcomm down in San Diego, and now here it's going to be at SoFi, it's always been Niner fans. Always. It's always a Sea of Red. Always a Sea of Red. It's crazy. It's crazy how many Niners fans there are and how little Chargers fans there are. It's kind of sad and depressing, to be honest with you. I wish there were more Chargers fans, but yeah, not so much. Shout out John Jay with the super chat. Thank you so much, John Jay and Monica. Yes, we have to shout out John Jay for always giving us that love and support. All right. Monica says, shout out to Robert 100. Hey, Robert Watson, do us a favor, man. I see you here. Do us a favor. Join our Discord. Monica can fill you in on the details. He's one of our ambassadors here in the BEASTwriter family. Join our Discord so when we're not posting live stream, you can go on Discord and you can talk to us on the BEASTwriter family server. So join us on Discord. It's a really cool function, real cool social media platform for us to stay engaged, whether or not I am posting content or not, or doing live streams or not. So Monica can fill you in on the details on that, along with our admin moderating team. All right. Gavin Upright Cartwright says, BEASTwriter, any thoughts on what we are going to see off Josh Hookett tonight? Nah, I mean, nothing spectacular. I don't know. I'm not one of those guys that really. Yeah, nothing spectacular. Nothing spectacular. Daniel Jr. Middleton says, always, thank you so much for the love, Daniel Jr. Middleton from the BEASTwriter family. All right. Jeremy Yamada from the BEASTwriter family says, you are legit. Aaron Banks is a wasted pick. Lynch and Shanahan need to figure out how to draft an offensive lineman. Thank you so much, Jeremy Yamada. Appreciate the love and support here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to our Discord as well. I'm going to be posting workout videos along with my game grading system. You guys want to know how I grade players? I'm going to go ahead and give you a glimpse of how I do that. Not showing you the whole entire algorithm, obviously, but I'm going to show you things to look for from the coach's vantage point. And again, in order for you to really gauge how good a player is doing, in order for me to formulate my analysis, like saying Aaron Banks was the wrong pick and they should have went after Asante Samuel, as I have my own grading system, I don't rely on PFF. You're really going to have to know what to look for. Now, with that being said, watch Aaron Banks be a Pro Bowl player as we say this. Watch him just like maul 5 people off the line of scrimmage and and he's like, oh, wow, this is why they drafted Aaron Banks. But no, they drafted Aaron Banks simply because of his pass protection ability, more so than his run blocking phone booth mentality. I don't know. That's just my analysis. And yeah, I mean, again, follow me on Discord. Discord, if you guys are wondering what Discord is, basically it's a social media platform, just like Twitter, just like YouTube, just like any other social media platform. You're going to need an invite code, and that's included in the description box below. We are doing really cool things on Discord, and basically what it enables us to do is in the BEASTwriter family community, it allows us to stay engaged when I'm not posting content. So you guys can tell me, hey, Beast, I want to know what's going on with Aaron Banks. Why do you say that? And I'll be like, okay, well, let me post up my pre-draft analysis and post-draft analysis on Aaron Banks. And then you can kind of see how that relates to things that we're seeing in real time. And then if you want to follow up on that, like, you know what, Aaron Banks is not starting, what's going on? I can kind of work with my BEASTwriter family network, get the information that I need, and then circle back with you guys and be like, this is what I'm hearing, right? So, and this is what we're seeing on the field. So does it really translate? Does it relate to what we're hearing, to what we're seeing on the field? And does that translate based on snaps played, based on what's going on, and based on what Kyle Shanahan's saying, and not really taking everything that Kyle Shanahan says at face value, because I never did that, and I don't do that. And I think when you do that, you do yourself a disservice. You always got to read between the lines and then do your own research, right? And then check with your own coaches and your own players and so forth to really gain a strong pulse on exactly what the coach is talking about. So without further ado, here's the kickoff. All right, we are kicking off, guys. Thank you so much, Robert Watson, for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. And again, words can't express how thankful I am for people like Robert Watson, people like Furnace Ultimate Report, Waruna Pereira. You guys have been doing nothing but giving me so much love and support through your super chat and super stickers. So if you like the work, like the channel, like the BEASTwriter movement we are striving to push, like doing a live stream here for you guys on this Sunday fun day here at 4:39 p.m., consider sending me a super chat. It really helps me out, keep the maintenance of the channel. And again, all proceeds get funneled back into the Bay Area and the Bay Area community and the BEASTwriter family. All right, so here we go. All right, so in my grading system, I'm just going to point out Eric Armstead there. So my grading system, because that play went for a positive play, that does not result in a quarterback pressure, right? That doesn't go down as a quarterback pressure in my book because it resulted in a positive play, which means that has a strong outcome in this game, right? You get positive yards. Now, if it resulted in a negative play, then I would have applied the pressure on Eric Armstead on say, hey, that was a good pressure. But here's Eric Armstead in a 2-point stance. That's weird. So he's up in a 2-point stance. Here he is firing through that. Oh, he just got blown back by that tight end. So Eric Armstead just got blown off the ball there, trying to hit that gap. And the tight end just sealed him off. But he hit that gap hard in a good way, positive way. I like how he hit that gap. All right. Thank you so much, Robert Watson. All right. Robert Watson said, just registered to Discord. Let's give a shout out to Robert Watson on Discord. Mahalo for the love and support. All right, we just joined. Boonk and Robert Watson both joined Discord. We're doing big things here in the BEASTwriter family on Discord. Again, join us. Thank you so much, Robert. We got the notification. Give Robert a shout out here, guys. Moderators, give him a shout out. Oh, as Justin. Oh, wait. Stick runs for a first down. It looks like I was going to say Justin Herbert, but he's not even playing. Let me see what happens here. So Eric Arms. Wow. So, okay, so the Chargers are moving the ball here, guys, and it's a 1st and 10, 13:36 left to go in the first quarter. And right now, the 49ers defensive line not really getting it done, right? And there's no Nick Bosa, so this is kind of what we're used to. Oh, and this is with a backup quarterback. This is with a backup quarterback in the game. Now, there's another flag. This game is ugly. There's a lot of flags here. What's going on? Flag on the play. What's cool about Twitch is we can have these like emojis on here, which is really cool. Or emotes. Sorry, not emojis, emotes. We have these cool emotes on here. And Twitch is the really cool thing to go. I like that. So emotes is a cool thing. Got to get used to saying emotes because, I am a noob. If you haven't noticed, I am a noob in the Twitch game, but I'm going to pick it up. Fortnite's Ultimate Report says Maurice Hurst Jr. runs off the field. All right. So here we go. Let me look at the formation here. It looks like this might be a cover 2. It is. The boundary quarterback's covering the flat. It's hard to see what kind of coverage they're in with not getting the coach's film vantage point, but I can see it by what I really look for right now, right? So if I'm just looking at what you guys are seeing right now, and again, how I run game grades is, okay, I see how many people are in the box, right? And then I see where that strong safety is, if he's playing up or if he's playing back. And then I can kind of see, based on the down and distance, how the boundary cornerbacks are playing their splits. And from there, I can kind of gauge. See, I don't know where the safety is right now because they're not showing that vantage point. So that's why it's really important to see the coach's film. But right here, you see there's 7 guys in the box right here, and they're going in their nickel package. And here's Eric Armstead. Eric Armstead can't. So it was a positive play by the quarterback. Eric Armstead should have actually picked up a sack. Instead, it was a positive gain. Again, this is something that Eric Armstead needs to work on, in my opinion, right? So here he is. He's gaining leverage here. And again, see, Tim Ryan just said Eric Armstead didn't take a good angle on the quarterback. So I'm not hating. Tim Ryan just said it. He said he didn't take a good angle to the quarterback, and we're seeing that. And this is something that we've witnessed with Eric Armstead time and time again, whether it be the zone read option or someone else. So hopefully Eric Armstead can get it done. Here he is, just a simple bull rush. And that collapsed the pocket. And now the Chargers are going to be punting. So again, these are things that I see in Eric Armstead's game that I still see. Now he's entering his, 7th year in the NFL. So here we are. He was a 2015 draft pick. Ultimately, I kind of want to see more rush lane integrity when you're rushing the passer, because again, like Tim Ryan said, that wasn't a good angle that Eric Armstead took. It could have resulted in a negative play or even a sack. So these things are going to add up over the course of the game, and that's why I don't give a pressure for that. Now, PFF might give a pressure for that. I don't. Spider Joe 83 from Twitch says, come on, I want to see some Niner defense. Here comes Jimmy G. All right, here comes Jimmy G, guys. Are you guys excited for Jimmy Garoppolo? Let's see how he does. Look at all these Niner fans in the stadium. Oh, wait, that's my friend. I'm joking. That'd be crazy if I was like, oh, wait, that's my friend. And that really was my friend. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't. How many people have you guys been watching TV and be like, oh, man, that's my friend, and it really was your friend? Like, when I had front row season tickets at Candlestick, I was always on TV. And then my friends would post on Facebook when Facebook was the thing to do back then. And was it 2010, 2011? And so I would get these notifications on Facebook. They would tag you. And remember back then, you couldn't really, there was no option for people to, whether you wanted them to tag on your timeline or not, it would just be up there. And so there's like a party in my pants going on. I'm like, why is there a party in my pants going on? With all the notifications, right? And back then I had a Droid. And so I was looking, I was like, dude, what's going on here? And I literally was like, oh, I thought it was the vibration from people making noise at the game. And no, it's a party in my pants from my cell phone. And I was like, oh, cool. And so here I am. And I'm like, oh, I was actually on TV. I didn't know I was on TV. And it was a Jaguar. There was a few games, but the Saints playoff game was one. Actually, KPIX, which this game is on, right? Isn't this game on KPIX right now? If I'm not mistaken, KPIX or CBS. But KPIX said I was an unruly fan. They told me to stand up and go crazy, which I did. And then later it comes out that I'm an unruly fan, and I get these notifications saying, oh, were you arrested for being unruly? I said, no, the camera guy told me to stand up and start screaming, so I did. And so, yeah, that's all documented. You can see that on Facebook. Maybe I'll post some of these videos up. I was in a lot of the 49ers videos when they made the little Jim Harbaugh playoff little video back in 2011 during the Saints game, and I lost my voice. So there's a lot of cool things going there. A lot of cool memories at Candlestick. Monica says, haha, so many people, you could easily see a friend, Ryan. That is somewhat true. That is actually true. But, I don't know how many fans are actually going to these preseason games. I had friends who couldn't even sell the preseason games. And that seems to happen every single year. It's just like, you don't want to go to a game for free, even for the Levi's Stadium experience. And it's like, why? I remember I couldn't even give tickets to go to the Tom Brady game when he was here playing at Levi's Stadium. And that was a regular season game. It's because the Niners were so bad. Like, obviously I was going because I was up in the press box. I worked there. But My office is there, so I have 24/7 access. But yeah, I couldn't get those tickets for free. It was like really weird. It's like no one wants to go see Tom Brady. Like, are you serious? Like, no one wants to go see Tom Brady. Like, once in a lifetime to see Tom Brady. Like, Sarah High School, no. San Mateo, no. Bay Area kid, no. Okay, that's weird. Section 134, not nosebleeds. Like next to the $80,000 seats, no. Okay. All right. So there's Jimmy Garoppolo. All right, Garoppolo throws to Juice coming out of the flat, and the crowd yells, Juice. All right, so here we go. This is the first series for Jimmy Garoppolo, and we're back. And right tackle Mike McGlinchey gets pushed back. He's consistently getting walked back by the defensive lineman. How is this possible? I mean, you should have been able to kind of mirror that heading into the season and kind of work on that. And here, this offensive line is not very strong. This offensive line is horrible. I don't see enough push. Early on, I know it's only the first drive and guys are starting to get warmed up, but come on. You guys got to fire out of the gates here. I mean, when you have teams in the NFC West who are just pounding ground like the Seattle Seahawks, you got to keep up with the Joneses. Come on, let's go. I want to see more fight with you. All right, here's the San Francisco 49ers. They line up in 21 personnel, 2 backs, 1 tight end set. Sift block formation by the tight end. Jimmy Garoppolo throws it. Oh, and it's incomplete downfield. Nice coverage on the back end by the Chargers cornerback there. It's now 3rd and 7. Brandon Ayuk couldn't get his hands on the ball. I feel like I'm a play-by-play announcer, but not trying to be play-by-play, but just trying to be like, trying to provide my analysis because I can't do play-by-play. But anyway, it's at 3rd and 7. Here we go. And let me just tell you the formation that they're in. All right, because Jimmy Garoppolo is not looking as strong. But again, this offensive line is not very good to begin with. So no quarterback can have success without a strong offensive line. All right, so they go three wide receiver set, 11 personnel. Tight end goes in motion on the strong side of the formation. It's a 3-by-1 box. Jimmy Garoppolo fires back, throws. Oh, and then again, pass interference on the defense. It looks like number 43 was called for pass interference. Brandon Ayuk got his hand on the football, but this is going to be a defensive PI and an automatic first down for San Francisco. How do you guys like me analyzing this game? Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? Do you guys want more analysis? And all right, so it's a 5-yard DPI, what's called the defensive holding penalty. It's an automatic first down. And again, it was a single high coverage set, so it's single high man underneath, so 1 man deep. And there's different cover 1 schemes, right? There's a hole player. There's usually a wrap player. You can have a switch player. So depending on where that wide receiver runs inside on the crossing route, that can be taken over by whoever is the uncovered defender. All right. A run to the right. And Gallman runs hard for that gain. I like how he's running super duper hard. I like that. I don't know if he can sustain a full 17-game schedule. He looks a little light. All right. Last week, he had 6 rushes for 21 yards, 3.5 a pop, and a long of 6 versus KC. So here we go. Spider Joe says now we get a fresh new set of downs. Yeah, we do. All right. Here we go. Shotgun formation, just a handoff. And this is something I see about, the 49ers offensive line. It's like, I'm going to try to predict the play before it happens. And again, there's a 10-second lag here. There's going to be a 10-second lag. So you guys will be like, oh, wait, the play already happened. But I'm actually watching on YouTube TV. But I'm going to try to predict the play. So here it is, 3rd and 2. All right, so what Kyle Shanahan did on that first down, again, there's a 10-second lag here to Warner, is he basically protected Jimmy Garoppolo and having him just go past the sticks and turn, and what's called a squat route. A squat route is when you do nothing else but pass the sticks and just turn, and then that's your security blanket for the quarterback. So that is what you call a squat route when you want, basically you don't trust your quarterback to do anything else but look to that receiver on that squat route. So that's like a one-read option play for Jimmy Garoppolo. All right, he's using. Oh, okay. Jimmy Garoppolo doing his best Trey Lance impression. All right. Tim Ryan loves it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those wheels. All right, Shorefield's in the game. We have Jimmy Garoppolo. Brunskill's in the game, obviously, being the right guard. Kenneth Murray, number 9. I like him coming out of Oklahoma. He's a stud. Kyle Juszczyk is just a beast. All right, so the Niners are driving, pounding and driving, I would say. They're using a lot of clock time here, 2nd and 6. JaMycal Hasty, he had a strong game against Kansas City last week, averaging 6.3 yards a pop. Here he is. They're just feeding him. Look at that spin move to the right and nowhere to go. Again, this offensive line is giving him no running room or real estate to work with. This is something that you need to see, especially on the right side of the offensive line. Come on, right tackle Mike McGlinchey. Generate some push. Generate some pop. Fire out of the gates, man. Let's go. And I can see the 49ers offensive line is a little bit winded. Hands on their hips indicates they're a little bit tired. All offensive linemen in the 49ers are doing this, which is not a good sign. All right, so it's here we go, and it's 11 personnel. Warner comes in motion. Now it's a 3-by-1 set formation with all. Woo! All right, JaMycal Hasty comes out of the flat on an out route. It's a one-on-one on the outside as the wide receiver on that side of the field just clears out, allowing him real estate to work with on that one-on-one matchup, and it gets close to a first down, and it's 4th and 1. Nice play by Jimmy Garoppolo to make that read, seeing that mismatch, and again, waiting for the running back to come out of his break cleanly in order to make that play happen. All right, and hopefully the audio's cool. Is the audio good? Is your audio good? Hopefully the audio is good now. Make sure the audio is good. All right, so again, if you guys want to support the channel, support the work, this is a prime example. I need better audio equipment. So if you guys want to do that, be sure to send me a super chat or super sticker during this live stream, because again, you guys are watching this. It would help me a lot to get better equipment for you, so this doesn't happen every single time I hop on the live stream. So if you guys want to support me, consider sending me a super chat or super sticker or donation. It'd be much appreciated as we watch this live stream together. Thank you so much, and for notifying me that I kind of sound like a robot. And that is StreamYard's fault. I'm going to put it on StreamYard because everything's working fine, and all of a sudden it's not going fine, and it's like, what the heck? All right, so Gallman runs into his own offensive lineman here, and it's a tackle for a loss. Nice play by the defensive front seven. That's LA Chargers here. What's up, G-Say? They brought the house on that. They did. They did. What's up, my man, Bunk? Thank you for joining our Discord. Give Bunk a shout-out if you have yet to do so. My man, Bunk, is the man, always engaging with us here on YouTube and now on Twitch and Discord. Or Discord, not on Twitch yet. Get yourself a Twitch, bro, and join us. All right, it's a 3rd and long here. And again, I'm a little bit laggy. The vantage point. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Jimmy Garoppolo does it again. Asante Samuel Jr. What'd I say at my pregame analysis? I said the team should have went and got who? Asante Samuel Jr. Asante Samuel Jr. Checking off another YouTube Twitter receipt. I said it. Asante Samuel Jr. They should not have traded down from 43 to 48 to get Aaron Banks. They should have got and stayed pat at 43 and got Asante Samuel Jr. here we are in this game. And who just got the INT? Asante Samuel Jr. Check the YouTube Twitter receipts. This is Beast approved. I said it since day one. They should have went after Asante Samuel Jr. And we're just going to keep saying this, man. Asante Samuel Jr., Asante Samuel Jr., you heard it here first in the BEASTwriter family. Everything's on YouTube and Twitter. Check the timestamped receipts. I said it since day one as the draft was unfolding. Even on draft day, I said Aaron Banks was the wrong play. They should have stuck at 43 and took Asante Samuel Jr. That's why you join us on Discord. You guys want to know, be in the know before they know, join us on Discord. I'm telling you guys right now. Spider Joe 83 says, we should have drafted him. Waruna Pereira says, it's not Jimmy's fault, guys. It is Jimmy's fault. It is Jimmy's fault. Hopefully you're being sarcastic. Waruna, people are not going to know if you're being sarcastic or not. So you better put an LOL next to it or something like that, because people are going to think that you're being serious. But I know you're being sarcastic. But a lot of people don't think you're being sarcastic. They're going to go, what? That was Jimmy's fault. But I know you're being sarcastic. I know you're making a joke out of it. What a bad pass by Jimmy Garoppolo. What a horrible pass. And again, Brandon Ayuk has hops. He has a huge vertical leap. I mean, isn't it upwards of 35? At least a 35-inch vert. And he had to extend for that ball, and it was a tipped INT. Jerry Amatis says, Asante Samuel Jr., we could have drafted him. Yes, I heard you say that. Confirmed. There you go. See, this is something that we're saying here. It's just, oh my gosh, like really, like said this since day one. The only one who said it as the draft is unfolding, I tell you that. Live stream on my NFL draft live stream, I did my best Mel Kiper impression. And I was going to analyze every single pick I did. I was actually eating pizza for every correct pick while curling weights with the other one. And I might do that today. I might just curl. And in fact, maybe I'll do that because I have so much energy in me right now. But I'm so pissed off that they didn't go after Asante Samuel Jr. Like I said, they should have got Asante Samuel Jr. And instead, they went after Aaron Banks, who, by the way, I don't even think he's in the game right now because he's on the second string. Or is he even playing today? I don't know. But he's not in the game. What is going on here with the 49ers? I don't know. Make me the GM. I'm just joking. John Lynch, you're a good GM. Sometimes. All right. Nah, I'm just joking. John Lynch, you're a good GM. Everyone knows I'm joking about that one. All right. So, and by the way, congratulations, John Lynch, on making the Hall of Fame. Well-deserved and long overdue, in my opinion. All right. So, one of my favorite players growing up, John Lynch. Boy, did he bring the hit stick like Mike Allstott did on the other side of the football, paving the way for Warwick Dunn, number 28. You guys remember that? Guys, remember Mike Allstott, number 40? That guy was a beast. All right. Thank you so much, Monica Canamis. Got to show love to my boy, Niners Baby. Everyone that had to join Discord, and that did. Appreciate you all. Yes, thank you so much, Monica Canamis, for the super chat and super sticker. Our BWF ambassador here in the 49ers channel on Discord. Be sure to subscribe on Discord, guys. I'm telling you, if you want to know things before they happen, join our Discord, and here we are. And that was a nice play by Anderson on that out route, and it looks like it's good enough for a first down, and the chains are going to be moved, I think. Not mistaken. That was a nice naked bootleg there. And again, right on the money, leading the receiver. He didn't throw on the numbers. You never want to do that when you're rolling to your right or rolling to your left because you don't want to throw behind the receiver, resulting in an INT or a bad play. So you want to lead the receiver in that instance. He had a step on the defender and allowed the receiver to catch that ball in stride. All right, here we go. Scouting. All right, here we go. Just a run between the tackles. And again, gosh, man, the defensive line is just getting, come on. But again, they're going to, I mean, there's twos here. You have Trey Pipkins there. He should have been one of those guys that should have been on the starting offensive line, if you ask me. But he's relegated to second string because I know they got Matt Filer. They got Corey Linsley there, the best offensive center coming from the Green Bay Packers. They also drafted Rashawn Slater in the first round in this year's draft class, protecting the blind side. Okay, now they're talking about the offensive line. Thank you, Papa, for talking about that. All right. Morena Perez says, Beast, I was not being sarcastic. Oh, he's not being sarcastic. He's being serious. Wow. That was on Jimmy Garoppolo, actually, in my opinion. Oh, man. Waruna says, shouldn't Ayuk catch that? No, he shouldn't have caught that one, because if you look at how that, you know what? That's good for another live stream on Discord, or not live stream, but a exclusive topic on Discord. I'm going to save this one for Discord. So in order to get my analysis on that, join my Discord. Runa, you're in because you joined my Discord, man. And you're part of the BWF. Foreigners Ultimate Report. So we'll save that one. Yes, it was Jimmy's fault. Marina Perez says, guys, trust me, I'm not sarcastic on this. I think you're being sarcastic. If you're not being sarcastic, I would love to argue or discuss this with you. I shouldn't say argue. I hate that word, argue. Discuss this with you. I think it was Jimmy Garoppolo's fault because I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. Now I'm going to talk to some of the coaches. See what they say. Larry Roundtree out of Missouri ran game grades on him all weekend. Larry Roundtree, one of the most underrated players in this draft class. If you want to see what I had to say about Larry Roundtree, just look at the Chargers draft class on their game grades as a grade all 32 NFL teams. And Larry Roundtree was one of those guys for Missouri. He was just an absolute monster between the tackles, has speed to kick outside. And again, he's a pinball machine. I call him like a pinball machine. And he was one of the most underrated players in this draft class and where they got him. So Larry Roundtree, I really like him. He's going to be a good, solid pick for the LA Chargers. All right. Monica Canamis says, come join Discord. All right, so the first quarter is coming to a close. I'm just going to talk to my moderators right now. Moderators, let me know if we should keep it going. I don't know what's happening right now. As the quarter comes to an end, it's about 1 minute and 4 seconds on my end with the flag. Oh, the clock is ticking. So should we keep going into the second quarter, or should we stop the live stream? Keep going or stop? Keep going or stop? Keep going or stop? That's all up to you guys. Let's see what people say. All right. All right. So our mic seems to be doing well now. All right. So let's see what's going on here. All right, so what's up, G says, do at least one series with Trey Lance. Fair enough. So we're going to keep this going. All right, so here's a stat. We had 7 people join Discord just from this live stream, so we're killing it, guys. That's good for us. It's not like the thousands yet, but it's going to get there. I'm very confident in that. But we have 7, and Empire wasn't built overnight. So thank you so much for everyone that joined Discord. Let's give those people shout outs, moderators, if you haven't yet already. And again, we have a lot of stuff coming along, right? So everybody wants to know my analysis on Trey Lance. So I'm going to stick around for the second quarter, at least for the first drive or two, and really analyze Trey Lance's game film as I do in real time. And then I'm going to try to get some coaches film on that, although it's hard because we don't get coaches film, but I'm going to have to do some legwork on that, getting some different vantage points from people and kind of seeing how I can get that information. So, yeah. All right. Join our Discord. Brent Tanamachi says, Discord, here we go. From YouTube, this is our Discord, guys. Join us on Discord. Brent does a really good job of hyping us up in the BEASTwriter family. Very, very, very fortunate to have him in the BWF along with my man, What's Up G, as well. And Jerry Yang. Marina Pereira says, I like Trey, but Jimmy makes a mistake. 49ers lose the ball, so I want Jimmy to do well and support it if he is playing. Felt it was 50-50, but I got your point on the throw. Let me tell you something. Anytime you make a throw like that, there's certain fundamentals that you look for, especially when the timing. I'm going to break this down, like I said in my Discord. I'm not going to give all the tricks of the trade, but that's specifically for Discord. So again, if you guys want to know exactly what happened, and then you guys can go out and to whoever network you're in or whatever group of people that you talk to on a daily basis and be like, oh, you know what? BEASTwriter said this. And then you guys can formulate your own analysis from there. But there's certain fundamentals that I know for a fact that was on Jimmy Garoppolo. Mel is in the house. says, well, shucks, not the start I was hoping for. Hi, Beast. How you doing, Mel? Mel, diehard Niner fan. Join us on Discord. Mel had a hard problem joining us on Discord. She did. Unfortunately, I think you downloaded the wrong thing on Discord. Or it wasn't even Discord, I don't think. But I'm going to give you a phone call. We're going to straighten that out, pan that out, so that way we get everything taken care of, and you're good to go moving forward. So, how you doing, Mel? I know it's not as strong as you would like as far as the team is concerned, but hey, there's a bunch of two second-string players in the game right now, and we're just going to see how that goes. Everyone's high on Talanoa Hufanga. I am not so high on Talanoa Hufanga. I think he can bring a special teams presence. I think he is going to ultimately make the 53-man roster, but just a special teams player at best. All right, so wow. All right, so that's going to end the first quarter here, guys, with a score of 0-0. Kind of sloppy. No team has really took control of this ball game. Now we're going to see Trey Lance, see how he does. Monica says, hey, come join me in Discord and message me, and I'll walk you through any questions you may have. There you go. AJB says, now that's a stadium. SoFi Stadium is dope, though. Yeah. Monica says, whether you love or hate Jimmy G, even if you want him traded, it's in everyone's best interest for Jimmy to play well, draft capital, and all. That is very true. That is very true. All right, so that's it, guys. End of the first quarter, 0-0. We're going to stick around for at least the first drive of Trey Lance, so I'm eager to see how that goes. But if you guys want to go ahead and talk football, please be sure to do that. Again, if you guys aren't on Discord, just join the Discord server. I'm going to talk about everything from football, my workout videos, any questions you have here. I'm going to go ahead and have a specific topic on that in Discord exclusively. So if you're not joined in on Discord, you're going to miss out on a lot of BWF information from my BEASTwriter analysis based on my game grading system. All right, so go ahead and be sure to do that. Also, if you guys want to know about fantasy football, you're going to want to tune in. I'm going to go ahead and post, obviously, sleeper picks. I'm going to post everything about who to play, who to sit. I'm also going to break it down in terms of the money lines, right? So we're not a sports betting website. Obviously, we don't do that, but I do provide my own analysis as to what I would do for fun, right? So there's lines that come out, whether a team is 7-point dogs or 7-point favorites, and I'll be like, okay, well, this is what I would play. And NFL Showtime does this, and they play against the spread. They did that for the first time, I believe, last year, and they did it with Ray Lewis, Brandon Marshall, Phil Simms, and I would say Chris Collinsworth, but he's not even on the show anymore. And so JB, and so I'm going to do the same thing. Michael Irvin comes in, does his cameo as well. So I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to just like the insiders. Funny, NFL Showtime is one of my favorite shows. And before I became a beat writer with the 49ers and covering the NFL as a media credentialed reporter, analyst, whatever you want to call it, I always played the game NFL Showtime, and they had this trivia thing at one point. And I think it was out of like 50,000 people, right, to predict who would win every single week. I was ranked 22nd, tied for 11th overall out of 54,000 people. So that's when I knew I was like, hey, I'm pretty good at this. And I was like, maybe the NFL media is the way to go. And here I am today. So I'm going to be posting that stuff in my Discord. Not joking. I can find it for you. Legit. It was with Chris Collinsworth. I think Warren Sapp was part of it. And I think Phil Simms. And it said beat the insiders. And definitely beat the insiders. I beat all of them. All right. Let's see what else we got going here, guys. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? All right, so here we go. Here's the game. 3rd and 13. Niners are in a position to really get off the field. There's HaHa Clinton Dix, number 49, former first-round pick out of Alabama Crimson Tide. Played for the Green Bay Packers, played for the Chicago Bears, played for a lot of different other teams. I think he's a first-round pick, if I'm not mistaken. All right, here he is. Here's the quarterback. He rolls back nowhere, and he just goes down by Samson Ebukam. Not a sack. It's not a sack. I think there was a little bit of a gain there. I think he got past the line of scrimmage, but nonetheless, a nice play by Samson Ebukam as he has a nonstop motor, which is something that we all pointed out. All right, Tim Ryan just said nonstop motor, so he echoed what I just said. All right, here's a punt, and we're going to see Lance. All right, everybody wants to see Lance and my analysis on Lance, and here we go.
Trey Lance will come out after a 43-yard punt outside long.
All right, here we go, guys. Trey Area is going to be in the game. Spider Joe 83 says Samson Ebukam should have had a sack there. Yep, he should have had a sack there. It's all right though. It's all right. Samson Ebukam has a nonstop motor, like what we saw from him, like that effort, and did a really good job. Now, if you were to ask me again, you're going to see a lot more blitzing from Fred Warner. Fred Warner is going to be used a lot more like Bobby Wagner from the Seattle Seahawks, a lot more aggressive style of play. People are asking me, how is D'Amico Ryan's defense going to differ from Robert Saleh? Well, the scheme is going to be the same, but they're going to be more in an attack mode. They're going to be more aggressive. That's what I've been told, and I said it since day one. And I said they're going to use Fred Warner much like the Seahawks use Bobby Wagner. So you're going to see a lot more pass rushes opportunities from Fred Warner. So if you're in an IDP league for fantasy, you might want to pick up Fred Warner in an IDP league because, again, you get points for tackles and you also get points for sacks and quarterback pressures depending on how your league's set up. So you really want to take that into account because Fred Warner is not just going to be your traditional hook curl defender anymore. He's going to be used as a pass rush specialist in certain situations to kind of generate pressure in all different ways, shapes, and sizes, based on D'Amico Ryan's and what I'm hearing from D'Amico Ryan's style of defense. So again, you see how fantasy football plays a role. And again, all of this will be in Discord. So be sure to open a new web browser and subscribe on Discord. All right. So here we go. Monica Candamis says, Trey Area. Monica says, bully ball baby. All right. So here we are, guys. It's a good game. Good first quarter. I would have loved to see a touchdown, but it's all right. Good vibes only. Yes, we are in the good vibes only here in the BEASTwriter family. Home of the good vibes only. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So, again, you guys want to talk about some draft stuff? I'm going to bring it to you here on August 22nd, 2021. All right. So, again, if you look at the running backs, the Niners don't need a running back there. They have Trey Sermon. But if you're in the market for a running back, because, again, Austin Eckler, we don't know if he's going to stay healthy, and we don't know. I mean, I don't know. For some reason, I think Austin Eckler can be shipped out at any given at any point in time. So you look at my top-rated running back in this upcoming draft class. I like Isaiah Spiller out of Texas A&M. I think he is going to be one of those guys that is going to go in the round one. Now, again, this draft class is not very strong for the running back position. So if you need a running back, odds are, if I'm a GM and the money is right, I'm going to try to get that guy in free agency. But Isaiah Spiller is one guy that I like. I like Jerry on Ely from Ole Miss. I think he's a speed demon that, I don't know, I like that scat back type of a guy, and Jerry and Ely is that type of the guy. Tyler Goodson. Not a lot of people are talking about this guy by the name of Tyler Goodson. I really like him. He's out of Iowa. And last but not least, I like Letty Brown, right, out of West Virginia. Letty Brown out of West Virginia, to me, is a really good back. I think he's going to run somewhere when the NFL Combine. I see a 4.55 guy on film, right? So he's not a speed demon by any stretch of the imagination, but he does get it done. And what I see on film is a 4.55 guy. So hopefully, based on my notes, that's what he's going to run at the NFL Combine, if not better. And again, I formulate this. I formulate my vertical, my broad jump. All that stuff is formulated heading into the NFL draft. And then once the pro day hits and once the combine hits, then I can kind of translate and see what I see on film translates to what I see the measurables on their pro days and their respective NFL combine results. All right, so here we are back in the game, guys. Trey Lance, shotgun formation. It's 11 personnel, sift block formation by the tight end again. And something that I noticed that Kyle Shanahan is doing, no matter who's behind center, is that tight end is going in a shift block formation, and it's usually with Warner. Warner has been going in motion and then comes back the other side in what's called a shift block formation. And what a shift block is basically you're tackling or you're blocking, the unblocked edge defender. So again, that right tackle in this case is going to leave that edge defender unblocked, and that's the tight end side, weak side, coming across the formation on a shift block, taking on that responsibility. So again, here we go. Nice pass by Trey to Deebo Samuel for a first down. All right, Deebo Samuel, Trey Lance to Deebo Samuel for a first down. Everybody who's saying Deebo Samuel is damaged goods, he just got a first down for you guys. How you guys like him now? All right, and again, that was just one of those routes that was typical to a squat route. That might have been a choice route. I couldn't tell based on that vantage point. But either way, nice play by Deebo Samuel results in the first down, 1st and 10 for San Francisco. All right, Trey Lance back to drop. He scrambles to the right, going out of bounds, and just throws out of bounds. Nice play by him, not to force a play downfield. That's very smart. If I was Kyle Shanahan, I would give Trey Lance a pat on the back for that play because, again, you live to play another down. This is something that Jimmy Garoppolo does not do. He doesn't live to play another down. He would have forced it downfield and probably would have been a pick six or an interception at the very least. So, again, you want to make sure that you keep your offense in the game. You don't want to give your defense less time to rest and then obviously put yourself in a bind having to come back in a differential and position game in TOP, time of possession. So, nice play by Trey Lance, just throwing it out of bounds and living to play another down. All right, so here's Jermichael Hasty juking, gets no running room whatsoever. And here we go. Grand Rider says, peace, Beast Rider. I haven't been active in the chat for a while, but I still tune in and like your vids. Thank you so much, Grand Rider. I've been wondering what happened to you, man. Literally thought of you the other day as I was going through my videos and you were popping up because you used to go on my videos during the summer. It's summer now. I should say like 3-4 months ago, actually before summer. And I was like, what happened to Grand Riser, man? I miss that guy because I know you're a huge Trey Lance guy. And I want to know your thoughts, Grand Riser, in the Beast Rider family. Do us a favor, man. Open up a new web browser on your phone and you see this link. This is a private Beast Rider family link to join our Discord server. So Discord's a new social media platform, just like Facebook, just like YouTube, just like Twitter, any other social media platform. But it's a good way for us to stay engaged when I'm not posting content. So any questions you have in between those times, you can go ahead and ask me and we can go ahead and talk football. Now, it's not just me that you're talking to. There's other Niner fans who are just on the same wavelength as you. So go ahead and do that. And again, it's really cool things. And then that way you'll get notified no matter what social media platform you're on. You'll get notified when I go live or when I upload content. So you don't have to rely on the freaking YouTube notifications to get it done because YouTube notifications isn't 100% success rate even when you turn on the bell. All right. So Niners kick the ball, and it's a 3-yard return by the Chargers on that punt return, and it's a 0-0 tie ball game. Kyle Shanahan's like, man, I'm not even going to use my playbook. I'm just going to have the tablet on here, and we're just going to go vanilla. Monica Kennedy says, Grand Riser, come join the Discord. Yeah, join our Discord. I'm telling you right now, join our Discord. Grand Riser, please do us a favor. Join our Discord. We had 7 people join our Discord in this live stream, so you could be number 8. Join our Discord, Grand Riser. And again, just open up a new web browser and go ahead and put this link in, discord.gg-alphanumeric number here, and you'll be entered into our Discord. Cap sensitive. Everything's cap sensitive, and you will be entered in our Discord. All right. So be sure to do that because, again, we have a huge announcement only in the Discord. For those who don't follow me on Discord, you would know that I did a Beast Rider family giveaway for all who joined Discord. And I gave away my season tickets in section 134, row 31 for the season opener against the Kansas City Chiefs. So please be sure to do that so you will be entered for our Beast Rider family giveaways. As you guys, I give away those giveaways on Family Friday. All right. All right. We have a lot of stuff coming in here, guys. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Trey Lance, talk about Jimmy Garoppolo. Everyone's saying that Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, is that going to be something that's going to be talked about? How Jimmy Garoppolo, that throw was not his fault? That throw was definitely his fault. In my opinion, now watch me be wrong. And Kyle Shanahan will probably be like, you know what? That was on both guys, 50-50. Takes two. No. If I'm a receiver and I'm Brandon Ayuk, I am pissed because, one, why would you have me extend my arm into harm's way with that seeping safety crashing downhill? You should have just threw. I don't know. I'm going to release this on Discord. I thought he threw a little bit high, a little bit inaccurate. But again, I'm going to have to prove this on Discord and show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, Grand Razer, good vibes only. I'll for sure surely join. There you go. Landon Labar says, how old do you have to be to talk through video? What's up, Landon? I don't know. We have kids on the show all the time. I think our youngest kid's like, what, 13-year-old? Something like that. All right. So, good vibes only here in the BEASTwriter family. Monica kind of misses. Nice job, defense. Yep, there's Contavious Street. Hoping he has a big year out of NC State, but we'll see how that holds up. Been saying that for a long time now. Wearing the same number as Tank Carradine, who I thought was going to be a stud, drafted in the second round out of Florida State, was a top 10 pick, projected after tearing his ACL in a pre-draft workout. And then they traded Trent Baalke back in 2013, traded back from, what was it, 34 to 40? I believe they traded back from 34 to 40 with the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans drafted wide receiver Justin Hunter from the Tennessee Volunteers, I want to say. And then the Niners drafted Tank Carradine at number 40, if I'm not mistaken. All right, here we go. Everyone's saying sack. I had no idea it's a safety. I guess there's a safety. Oh, it's a safety. Jordan Willis. All right. So this is no surprise here. Again, if you watch my YouTube Twitter receipts on Jordan Willis, you would know what I had to say about Jordan Willis here in the BEASTwriter family when the trade was made, when he came from the New York Jets and was going to the San Francisco 49ers. In fact, I'm going to put up that YouTube Twitter receipt right now so you guys can say what I had to say about Jordan Willis in real time. Again, this is why you guys followed me, guys. I'm telling you guys, just if you're on YouTube, just right here, just type in BEASTwriter Jordan Willis right here. Just go to YouTube, search BEASTwriter Jordan Willis, and you'll know everything I had to say when the trade was made, when the Niners traded for Jordan Willis out of Kansas State University. And again, I said, man, watch out for Jordan Willis as a situational pass rusher. People are like, who's Jordan Willis? I'm like, I'm going to break it down, just like I'm going to break down that Jimmy Garoppolo play. And again, all of this is going to be on Discord, guys, so be sure to follow me. Again, check my YouTube receipts. Just go to YouTube right now, or after this is over, type in BEASTwriter Jordan Willis. You'll see everything I had to say about Jordan Willis and what I thought he would bring to San Francisco. Here he is with the safety. No surprise here in the BEASTwriter family. All right. So people are like, Jordan Willis is garbage. I was like, nah, man. Jordan Willis is actually good. He's not garbage. Just like when I went on Hot Mic and people were calling Kenyon Drake garbage when the trade was made for the Miami Dolphins and he played in Halloween, and I was covering that game for Hot Mic when they played the Arizona Cardinals, as in the Niners. And so watch Kenyon Drake. I had a full-on analysis on Twitter, and it turned out he had a hell of a good game, and people were like, oh, you were right. All right, here we go. Here's Richie James. And okay. Monica Canames says, Beast gives you the inside scoop. That is correct. I try to give you guys the inside scoop. So again, be in the know before they know. So you wouldn't know unless you're on Discord, unless you follow me on all my social media platforms, YouTube, Twitch TV, Discord, Instagram, Twitter. All right. So here we go. 10:32 left in the second quarter. And This is going to be my last drive, guys, before I wrap it up. And right now, it looks like the 49ers are going to be coming out, and they really have to sustain some kind of success. Now, if you look at Kyle Shanahan's playbook right there, you see the highlighted region. I can tell you right now that highlighted region that was in orange, that's for his red zone offense. I'm joking. People were like, dude, how do you know that? I'm joking. Obviously, I'm joking. Let's see, or am I? Let's see what Trey Lance is going to do here. All right, so here he is, Trey Lance in shotgun formation. Just hands it off. And again, if you want to see the tendency how Kyle Shanahan is using Trey Lance, you can see that in my Trey Lance NFL content video up on YouTube, where I say box scores don't tell the whole story. All right. All right, here's Trey Lance. This is 11 personnel. Again, the tight end goes across the formation. He might throw a sift block coming across again. Oh, he checks it out. He checks out the play. The tight end does not go in sift block formation. And again, Warner, you got to do a better job. That's a tackle for loss there. So he checked off that play to a run to the left. I don't know what it was pre-snap, but my guess it was a passing play. Or maybe it was a designed run to the other side. I'm not so sure. But Kyle Shanahan doesn't look too happy about that. All right, so here we go. Trey Lance in shotgun formation. All right, 3rd and 4. Oh, picked off. Okay. And again, guys, this is what I've been saying. All right. I've been saying this, right? Trey Lance is good, but is he going to be starting week 1? No. It was a non-issue here in the BEASTwriter family. And then people were guaranteeing it. And I said, you know what? The people who are guaranteeing it, whoever loses, you take their followers. But what? But wait, there's a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play, guys. We're going to see what the flag is. All right, so there's an illegal blindside block. Let me explain to you what an illegal blindside block is. So an illegal blindside block is when basically a block is thrown when you're parallel to your own end zone and basically a legal block in the back, so to speak. All right, so if there's an interception and you're trying to make a play on the ball, right? Trying to tackle the ball carrier. Well, if you're facing your own end zone and you get blocked in the back, that's illegal. That's called a blindside block. Also, furthermore, there's a new rule change this year for those who don't know. Now, the rule change is this. No longer can a blocker hit high or low outside the tackle box. Before, if it was confined inside the tackle box, it was okay. Now the rules have changed a little bit, and no longer can you hit high or low outside the tackle, or you can't hit low outside the tackle box. All right. So here the Niners back on defense. Marcel Harris. All right, guys, so here we go. Last drive right here, and I'm going to get going. 2nd and 5. Handoff up the middle. And Roundtree presses for the first down, the rookie out of Missouri. Or Mizzou. And again, he graded out really well in my grading system. Playing in the SEC. I want to see how Clinton Dix does, number 49. Let's see if he can kind of get a takeaway here, because he's been known to get some hands on the ball. Ooh. All right. Well, all right, guys. I think that's going to wrap it up for this Beast Rider stream. Again, thank you and mahalo for everyone that's tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to my Discord. Again, we are on Discord, and if you're going to be missing out on the latest and greatest regarding Beast Rider family analysis, news, insights, you're going to be doing yourself a disservice because, again, we talked about a lot of these things that are happening. They're unfolding already before our eyes. I predicted this stuff 3, 4, 5 months in advance. And again, here we are today on August 22nd, talking about the 2022 NFL Draft. I already have my pulse on that. So we talked about that, touched on that. If you guys want to know everything I had to say about that, you guys can go ahead and talk to me on Discord. I'll let you guys know my top 10 players to watch on their respective positions. I'll also do a game film breakdown with you guys on exactly what to look for on certain plays. Obviously, I'm not going to show exactly my whole entire algorithm, but I'll show you specific things on what to look for, as well as breaking down Jimmy Garoppolo's interception and why I believe it was definitely his fault and not Brandon Ayuk's. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Again, I appreciate everyone that joined us on Discord. It was a huge success. Everyone that joined us on Twitch. You can follow me on all my social media platforms in the description box below here on YouTube, and you'll be entered for our Beast Rider family giveaways. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night. Beast Rider out.